成分です。スチュアートがまた説明してくれます。
So this is our spirit safe. You can see safe, it's very heavily padlocked. Again, this is for Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs. The safe is split into two sections. This section here, this is where we collect the low wines. That's the spirit from the wash still, the larger of the two stills. It will come through the worm tub, the condenser, to the end of the pipe here, come flowing in crystal clear in colour. It will then be collected down here in the low wines receiver here. From there, we take the low wines and we fill the low wine still, the smaller of the two stills. And we'll collect the spirit from that on this side here. You can see we've got two glass bowls. Now when the spirit first comes in, it's very, very high in alcohol. It contains a lot of flavours that we don't want. And we call this the heads. They'll be about 78-79% by volume. And they'll flow into this glass bowl here, clear in colour, and be collected down here in the same receiver as our low wines. And they'll flow in there for about 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, our stillman will test it to find out what the strength is. And when it gets to a certain level, he'll make the cut. And he does that by taking the handle at the top here and pulling it across, so we're no longer collecting the heads here. We're now collecting in this glass bowl the heart of our run, or the middle cut. And this is the spirit we are going to use to mature into our whisky. So it'll come flowing into this bowl here and be collected in the SRWV there, the spirit receiving warehouse vat. And it's going to run in there for about 70 minutes until it gets to an alcoholic strength that is too low for what we require. And also has flavours again that we don't particularly want. So when it gets to that level, we'll take the handle and we push it back to this side here. So you can see the spirit as it comes in here. But this is no longer the heart of our run or the middle cut. This is now the tails. And it's going to flow into the same receiver as the heads at the start of this run and the low wines from the bigger of the two stills. So it's what we've actually collected in this receiver. It's a mixture of our low wines, the heads at the start and the tails at the end. And that's what we'll redistill in the smaller of the two stills, just to take out that middle cut, our heart, because that is the spirit we will use to mature into our whisky. It's all collected in the spirit receiving warehouse vat there. Okay?
あいにくの雨です。水を汲みに来たよ。S。
Okay. But this is for reducing. No, because. Oh? But where?
マザーウォーター組んでくれてます。サンキュー。ありがとうございます。Thank you. Okay. Thank you. No bother at all. Thank you. マザーウォーター手に入れました。ラディオの皆さん、1番です。後で結果を報告します。
In terms of blended whiskies, one of the blends that we are named malt in is Johnny Walker Blue Label, where Lochnagar provides some of the interesting freshness and some of the rich fruits. Royal Lochnagar is a 12-year-old single Highland malt. It's what we've done is we've produced a character of whisky which is green and grassy. It then goes into European oak ex-sherry casks and American oak ex-bourbon casks, which help add the flavour. So it makes it a very, very flavoursome single malt whisky. And one of the great things about it is from such a small distillery that even in the local area of Royal Deeside, it can be very, very difficult to source our bottles. So it is a fairly unique single malt whisky. The whisky which I drink most regularly at the moment is Royal Loch na Garr Distiller's Edition. This is a lovely dram. It's our 12-year-old. It's been finished in a muscat cask, which adds an awful lot of rich fruit flavours to it, of cinnamon, of ginger, of dark chocolate. It really is. It's my favourite jam just now. It's one which I'm pouring for myself and all my friends. Apart from Distiller's Edition, the other whisky which I drink most regularly is undoubtedly 16-year-old Lagavulin. The best whisky in my life up to now, that actually has to be a whisky from our warehouse here at Royal Loch na Garr, our duty-paid warehouse, I hasten to add, and that was a couple of years ago where we drank some of the Milburn from 1976 from straight out of the cask. That really was particularly special. Many fond memories of that. My past career in the drinks trade, I've been here at Royal Loch na Garr Distillery now for a total of 8 years. Prior to that, I worked in the hotel industry in some of Scotland's top hotels with some of the top Scottish golf courses with them. But for 15 years prior to starting here at Royal Loch na Garr, I ran my own small hotel in Royal Deeside. And one of the things that we were very passionate about was malt whisky, and we built up a collection of over 250 bottles of single malt for people to enjoy in there. So that really is where a lot of my passion for whisky has come from. Our water source is from the Scarlet Springs. These springs are in the foothills of the mountain of which we are named after, the Munro Loch na Garr, which is 3,789 feet high. And the character of our water is a lovely, soft Scottish spring water that we use.